Namaste and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alauna, and today I decided to film a flow in Flagstaff, Arizona in the fall. And if that wasn't enough F's already, the focus for today's flow is the element of fire. So the way that I will be incorporating this is we will start out by creating heat in the body, firing up the core, and then as we progress through this flow, we will slowly begin to cool it down, symbolizing the flames turning into embers, and we will end this practice with a short visualization meditation. So let's go ahead and begin standing at the top of your mat with your feet hip widths distance apart, and inhale your arms up and overhead. Maybe take a slight back bend, and then swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold, stepping both feet back, coming into a plank. Inhale to shift your weight forward, exhale down onto your stomach. Inhale up into baby cobra, palms under shoulders, and exhale to release. Inhale, press up into a push-up, and exhale back into downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet, and beginning to take notice of the sensations in the body, noticing how this first vinyasa may have changed your breath. And inhale to lift your right leg up and back, bend into the knee, open the hips. And exhale, bring your knee to nose. Inhale, back up, open the hips. And exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. And keeping your torso low, extend your arms back behind you for airplane arms. Inhale to raise your arms up, maybe clasping the hands, coming into a little bit of a back bend, and bring your hands to heart center. Exhale your left palm down to the mat, reach your right fingertips up, coming into an easy twist. The next posture will be side plank, so if you need to, lower your left knee, otherwise rock onto the outer edge of your left foot, step the right foot back on top of it, reaching your right fingertips up, pulling your hips towards the sky, maybe coming into a tree variation with your right sole of foot on your left thigh. Exhale, plant your right hand and step your right foot in between the hands again, this time dropping the back heel and cartwheeling your arms up into Warrior Two. Take a deep breath in and exhale completely. And on your next exhale, release your right elbow to your knee, reaching your left fingertips up. Take one full breath in and breath out. And on your next inhale, reverse your warrior, cartwheeling your right arm up and overhead. Inhale to straighten your front knee, then exhale to lower your right arm down, lifting your left fingertips towards the sky, maybe placing your right hand on your shin if you can't quite reach the floor. And exhale, lower your hands to frame the foot and step back into a plank and vinyasa. So shift your weight forward, lower down, inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale back into downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet before switching sides. Inhale the left leg up, bend into the knee, open the hips. And exhale, bring your left knee to your nose, crunching into the abs. Inhale back up. And exhale, step the left foot in between the hands, keeping the torso low. Extend your arms back behind you, coming into airplane arms. And on your next inhale, bring your arms up and overhead, coming into a high lunge. Maybe coming into a little bit of a back bend. And then exhale, lower your right palm to the mat, lifting your left fingertips towards the sky. And coming into side plank, so if you need to, lower your right knee, otherwise rock onto the outer edge of your right foot, stack your left foot on top, reach your left hand up to the sky, and maybe come into a tree variation of side plank. Exhale, release the left hand down and step the left foot in between the hands, rocking down onto your right heel and cartwheeling up into Warrior Two, second side. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, bring your left elbow to your knee, reaching your right arm up and overhead for side angle. Take a deep breath in, and exhale it completely. And on your next inhale, reverse your warrior, bringing your left arm up and overhead. And then straighten through your front knee. Then exhale down into triangle, bringing your left hand to your shin or to the mat, and reaching your right fingertips up and overhead. Exhale your arms down to frame the foot, and this time step forward, coming into a forward fold. Maybe clasping opposite elbows, and just kind of swaying from side to side. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale brings you all the way up to standing. Roll your shoulders down and back. Step your big toes to touch. Inhale your arms up and overhead, and exhale to sit back into a chair. Make sure you can still see your knees over your toes. And exhale to lower your torso down, extending your arms back behind you. Inhale to lift your arms up and overhead, bringing the right knee into the chest. If this is available to you, reach down and grab your big toe with your two peace fingers and extend the right leg out long. Hug the right knee back in and place the right sole of foot on the inner left thigh, coming into a tree pose, inhaling your arms up and overhead, and finding a focal point for stability. And once you've found stability, begin to twist your right arm behind you, left arm forward, and then step your right heel back, coming into Warrior Two again, and focusing on keeping your arms parallel with the ground here. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to extend your left elbow down to your knee, reach your right arm up and overhead. Exhale, lower the right palm down to the mat, lift the right heel up, and reach your left fingertips up towards the sky, coming into an easy twist. Moving back into a side plank, drop the right knee if you need to, or rock onto the outer edge of the right foot, stepping back into a high plank, maybe coming into a tree variation with your left sole of foot on the right inner thigh. And lower down into a full plank, shift your weight forward, lower down, inhale up for upward facing dog, and exhale back in downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet before switching sides. Look forward and slowly walk or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And inhale brings you all the way up to standing. Roll your shoulders down and back. Step your big toes to touch at the top of your mat. Inhale your arms up and overhead. And exhale, sit back into chair. Lower your torso down so that it's parallel with the mat. And extend your arms back out behind you into airplane arms. And then on an inhale, lift yourself up, bringing your left knee in towards your chest. If this is available to you, reach down and grab the left big toe with your two big peace fingers and extend your leg out long to the side. Good. Go ahead and release the left sole of foot to the inner right thigh and inhale your arms up and overhead, coming into tree pose. Finding a focal point for balance. And once you feel stable here, begin to twist your left fingertips back behind you, right fingertips forward, turning to face the bent knee. And once you find stability here, step the left foot back behind you, coming into Warrior Two, strengthening through the thighs and the glutes and the shoulders, extending your fingertips out long, pulling them away from you. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to lower your right elbow down to your knee, coming into side angle. reaching your left fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, lower your left palm down to the mat, lift your left heel off of the mat, and reach your right hand up, coming into an easy twist before stepping the right foot on top of the left, coming into a side plank, maybe taking a tree variation, reaching your hips and your right fingertips towards the sky. And exhale to lower, coming down into full plank. Shift your weight forward, and vinyasa, lower down, upward facing dog, and exhale back into downward facing dog. Come down onto your knees, spread your knees wide, and come into a child's pose, extending your arms out long in front of you and resting your forehead on the mat. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. And on your next inhale, shift forward onto hands and knees, coming into all fours. And we're going to move through a cat-cow variation, so maybe just watch this first round. So what we're going to be doing is inhale, lift the chest forward into cow, and exhale, round through the spine and send the hips down and back. Inhale to curl back up, and exhale, send it back. Do a few more with your own breath. On your next inhale, come back to a neutral spine and step your right foot in between the hands. Keeping your torso heavy and down on the thigh, rest your fingertips on the mat and reground into your breath. Keeping your torso heavy, lift your arms up and behind you, coming into airplane arms again, and inhale to raise them up overhead, maybe finding a little bit of a back bend before releasing the left palm down to the mat, reaching the right fingertips up towards the sky. And on your next inhale, engage your core to slowly lift you up, bringing the right hand back to the left thigh, reaching the left hand up and overhead. Exhale to release back into an easy twist, and inhale to come up. Continue this movement with your own breath. On your next exhale, plant the left palm, turn the left knee to face the long edge of your mat, opening your chest towards the right, and extend your right leg out long, coming into a half side plank variation. And once you find stability here, play with lifting the right leg up off of the mat. Exhale to release back into all fours, and step the left leg up in between the hands, staying in a low lunge with your torso resting on your thigh and your fingertips resting on the mat. Keeping the torso heavy, extend your arms out back behind you, and on your next inhale, lift them up above your head, maybe coming into a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, hands through heart center, and release your right palm to the mat, coming into an easy twist, lifting the left fingertips up towards the sky, and then coming into the half side plank variation, turning your right knee towards the left side of your mat, extending your left leg out long, and reaching your right fingertips up towards the sky. And once you find your balance here, play with lifting the leg up off of the mat. Exhale to release back down into all fours. And on your next inhale, step your right foot to the top outer edge of your mat. Bring both arms on the inside of your right knee and find a position that you can comfortably hold, whether it's on your palms, on your fists, or down on your forearms for lizard. Begin to deepen your breath as we slow down our practice. On your next inhale, slowly come back up and heel toe your right foot to the center of your mat and rock back onto the right heel, stretching through the right hamstring and folding forward over the right leg. Inhale deeply and exhale completely to sink a little deeper into this posture. On your next inhale, begin to unwind, bending back into the right knee, and then heel toe the right foot off to the left side of your mat, bringing the right knee down behind the right wrist. Extend the left leg out long behind you, and inhale to lengthen through the crown of your head, and either stay here or lower down onto your forearms, or maybe lower your forehead all the way down to the mat. Relaxing down into pigeon pose, and breathing into the sensations that you feel in your hips. If your mind begins to wander to other thoughts, just bring it back to the breath. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. If you know that mermaid pose is not a part of your practice, go ahead and stay here. Otherwise, begin to lift your forehead up off of the mat, bend into your back knee, and reach back to grab the foot with both hands, coming into mermaid pose. Exhale to slowly release the grip of the foot and tuck the toes and send the right knee back to meet the left, coming back into all fours and taking a few cats and cows to reset. Inhaling for cow and exhaling for cat. Inhale brings you back to a neutral spine, and step the left foot to the top outer edge of your mat, bringing both hands on the inside of the left knee, coming into lizard pose, either staying up on your palms, fists, or lowering down onto your forearms. Breathing into the hips, and noticing if it's difficult to take a deep breath. This means that you may have gone a little bit too far, so just pull it back. Heel toe your left foot into the center of your mat, and then rock back onto the left heel, pulling both hips into alignment and folding over the left leg. Letting your head hang heavy and releasing any tension that you might be holding on to. Inhale to slowly rock back forward, bending into the left knee, and then walk the left foot over to the right side of your mat, placing the left knee behind the left hand, and extending your right leg out long behind you, coming into pigeon on the other side, either staying up on your hands or folding forward onto your forearms, or resting your forehead on the mat. Again, make sure that you can breathe deeply in whatever variation that you choose, and make sure that you don't push yourself too far. If you moved into mermaid on the other side, go ahead and start to press yourself up, bending into the right knee and reaching back with both arms to grab a hold of the ankle. And pull your shoulder blades back towards one another. Exhale to release, bringing your palms back to the mat and coming back into all fours. Sending the knees wide and pressing the hips down and back to the heels, bringing your forehead to the mat for child's pose. Inhale to slowly press back up, shift your ankles off to one side and come into a seat. Bring the soles of your feet to touch, coming into butterfly position, grabbing a hold of your ankles and rolling your shoulders down and back before folding forward, maybe hooking your elbows on the outside of your legs and holding onto your feet. Use this passive forward fold as a chance to ask yourself how you're feeling now compared to when you began this practice. On your next inhale, slowly press yourself back up, one vertebrae at a time, maybe shrugging your shoulders forward and back, and then back to forward just a few times. Before bringing your hands to your knees and closing your legs like a book, and turning to lie down onto your back. Hugging your knees into your chest, maybe making some circles with your knees in one direction, and then the other. Release your left sole of foot down to the mat and reach on the inside of your left knee, grabbing onto the outer edge of your right foot, coming into a half happy baby. You can allow your left knee to kind of splay open to the side here. And then cross your right ankle over top of your left knee and either stay here or thread your right hand in between your thighs to pull the knee towards your chest for reclined pigeon. Release your left sole of foot back to the mat and cross your right leg over your left. Shift your hips off to the right and drop your knees down to the left. Coming into a reclined spinal twist. The last posture on this side for today's practice. Slowly begin to unwind, bringing both soles of feet to the outer edges of your mat and knocking your knees into touch for a lumbar release before we do the second side. Keeping your right foot where it is, pull your left knee into your chest, reaching your left hand on the inside of the left knee to grab onto the outer edge of your left foot, pulling the knee down towards your armpit and maybe splaying the right knee out to the side. Cross your left ankle over your right knee and stay here or thread your left arm in between the thighs to pull the knees towards your chest. Release your right foot back down and cross your left knee over your right leg and shift your hips off to the left. Drop your knees to the right for our final posture of class. Inhale to slowly unwind and either extend your legs out long for a traditional Shavasana or bring the soles of feet to touch, allowing your knees to splay out to the sides and coming into a reclined butterfly position, resting your hands on your hips or out at your side, whatever is most comfortable for you for your Shavasana. Drawing your focus away from your thoughts and to your senses, visualize yourself here, in the grass, on the mountain, under the trees. What can you see? The yellow leaves blowing in the wind, the birds flying above your head, and the clouds moving in and out of view. Begin to notice what you can hear. The birds chirping, the wind blowing in the leaves, and the distant sound of other hikers enjoying the change of season and the fall leaves. Begin to notice what you can smell. The scent to the grass, the scent of wet soil beneath you, and the smell of fresh air. Take a deep inhale in, and exhale, sigh it all out. Inhale through the nose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale out through the mouth for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue breathing on your own. Begin to bring movement back into your fingertips and toes. If you had your knees in butterfly, slowly close them like a book and shift over onto one side, pressing yourself up into a seat, keeping your eyes closed, rolling your shoulders down and away from your ears, placing your hands on your knees or at heart center, and taking 3 final grounding breaths in through the nose, and exhale, sigh it out. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed this practice, and if you did, let me know down in the comments. What would you like to see next? Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. That would mean a lot to me, and it would help me be able to continue making these videos for you to enjoy. With that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, guys.